One, you're on.
Good evening, everybody. We did Counselor Towing and Transportation Company. Kevin Hine,
Liam Ryan,
Anthony Sorrentino,
and John Scott.
So we'll start with a situational analysis. Our company, we have the new Z-Tugs and a variety of other tugs in every single one of the ports that we're located in. Family operated since 1864. And the ports that we're located in is Baltimore, Charleston, Georgetown, New York, Norfolk, Virginia, Port Everglades, Portland, Providence, Puerto Rico, and Williamton. We also have towing barges, oil transport, offshore towing, and ship assistant projects. We can support all the projects, like I just mentioned, docking, construction projects, and dead ship tows. And like I said, we also operate the deck lines.
Strengths, we've been well known for decades, been around for a very long time. We have 24-hour dispatching crews, which is an advantage over a lot of competitors. We have our tractor tugs for Panamax ships, Z-tugs in every single port, 100,000 combined horsepower between all our tugs combined. Part of the Marine Response Alliance, which is helps out in like natural disaster situations like that. We are the leader in OPA 900 salvage plus fire. We are a leader in OPA 900 salvage plus firefighting capabilities. So all our tugs are fit for any situation because things do go wrong. And we are East Coast located mainly. And we have very good benefits, health plan for employees, dental plan, and there's a lot of room to grow as an employee in our company.
So some of the weaknesses for this company, since they've been family owned since the late 1800s, they haven't been able to generate as much revenue for their company as a whole because they haven't been able to expand as much as say Kirby or maybe even Crowley, because they're able to have unionized workers, and they can have more profit available for their workers and the company. The fleet is also small in some ports, which is a drawback because a competitor would like to go to a company that has size. Also because of the revenue problem, they aren't able to keep some of their equipment up to date, so they have a problem with that. And if it's family owned, even though they are trustworthy by some companies, they aren't able to offer things such as certain guarantees, certain rate offers, things like that, that a bigger company can offer.
So for opportunities, they recently have gotten into the passenger ferry business. They only have 2 of them right now, but that is an area that they can expand on if they want to take it to other ports that they're in. Like Liam stated, they're located on the East Coast, so if they wanted to expand, they could look over to the West Coast to open up in some ports. Because of our size, we could take some business from some of the larger corporations, some like the big wigs in the tugging industry. And also, we don't have any hybrid tugs, but we could. Currently, Foss Tugging Company is the only company that has hybrids, so it's still a very young idea. So if we wanted to, we could get into that business and use it as a major selling point.
Next is threats. For threats, there's things like companies building bigger ships, which means less ships coming into ports. So there would be more competition among the existing companies in every port, which could be bad for a smaller company. There's the possibility of other companies growing in size and possibly buying out our company, which would hurt us overall. There's the natural threats of shoals and submerged objects and possibly mechanical failure.
These are major competitors in the towing business. Moran, they also have ports like mainly focused in Savannah, Norfolk, Baltimore, and Philly. Then Maine also in the major ports like Baltimore, New York, Philly, Charleston. Then there's competitors like Foss. Foss, if we wanted to look west, Foss has a big hold on West Coast and big ships. There's also Boston Harbor, which is pretty much a leader in Boston. Wilmington Tug controls the Delaware River area, which is big in between Philly and Baltimore, areas like that. Then I know Seacar Towing, then San Juan Towing. Crawley is a big leader in offshore towing. If we want to move into that, they would have a big name there. And Crescent is a leader in New Orleans and Mobile, Alabama. So Gulf is pretty much controlled by Crescent and some of our major competitors.
Next is market segmentations. That has to deal with the areas that our company works with specifically. Our company deals with ship docking, which is bringing the bigger ships or smaller ships into the docks to be unloaded. We do harbor towing, which is transporting a ship around the harbor. We do coastal towing, which is taking a ship from into the ocean, up and down the coast, from port to port. We do bulk transportation, and we also that's it.
So for the target market, we're looking to target medium to small companies who are more similar to us, just on the other side, people who need our services. And maybe these companies deal with larger companies, but they want more one-on-one attention that we can provide because, like I said, we're a smaller company. We have more experienced employees than maybe some of these big companies like Crowley or Kirby. And we're pretty much just to prove to them that we're more reliable and experienced than these. Most of our employees have been in the industry for over 10 years, so we don't have people fresh out of college working with your big ships. And also people who are more in line with our morals as a company, which is quality over quantity. We just want to provide a good job for you, but also have a good relationship from our company to yours.
Our positioning statement says our main points of it are we're targeting medium to small sized companies that maybe feel not as appreciated by the bigger companies, and we're really pitching for ourselves as safe, dependable. I mean, we have family owned, we have an experienced crew, and that's a main selling point for hopefully these smaller companies that want to buy into us because they'll think that we care. And we actually received the industry leader safety award past year, which was a big positive thing for us because it's right where we want to be. We want to be that safe, reliable, dependable towing company, and that's pretty much the main point that we're trying to sell.
The need states for our company and our companies that we are looking to do work for, we're looking for medium to smaller sized companies, companies that are possibly family owned and would like the personal relationship that we could offer because we've been around for so long. They're looking for the companies we're trying to work with. We're looking for the safest, fastest, most reliable transport ship.
She sprained her ankle.
So for the, we just posted our rates. We're focusing on the Port Everglades, and so we put up our rates. Obviously, you don't know what the rates of the other companies are. We've been looking for them, but we actually have found a few of them, and our rates are the exact same actually as other companies down there.
Like Seaford Towing, pretty much the rates are pretty much spot on with ours.
But we just want to emphasize that we can provide more in terms of, while our rates are the same, we have much more experienced crews to work with you. So It may not be a gamble either way in terms of how much you're going to pay, but the service that we provide, and just knowing that we're going to get the job done for you without there, being a fear of maybe we lose control of your ship or something. And all of our tugs are also equipped with firefighting equipment, so it's a safe bet to go with McAllister Towing and Tugging.
Especially in this expanding port, it's not been as busy because this is the Everglades rates, and the rates are the same for a lot of other companies, two other companies that we saw. So with this growing port, you really want a dependable towing company that knows what they're doing, especially if this port hasn't been as busy as it has been in the past. So you want someone that knows, you want someone that you know is going to get your ship in. And, so I think the rates being the same just helps us more in the long run.
Yeah, so yeah, like we've been saying, we're trying to look into the Port of Everglades because the Port of Everglades recently has grown like 15% over the past few years. So a lot of companies are going in and out of it, looking for a reliable tug company. But we're not trying to target, like we've been saying, the bigger shipping companies because they would like to deal with bigger tug companies. So, well, with that being said, McAllister actually leads the Port of Everglades in tugging and towing. So that's a big reason to side with McAllister. And so one of the companies that we found that would be a nice target to do business with was the Great White Fleet Liner Services. They're basically a company that ships bananas and some other fresh fruit products from the Caribbean islands and places like that to Florida and a couple other places on the East Coast. And so they definitely need fast handling of their products, and that's definitely something McAllister can provide because McAllister always has this 24-hour crews, and they have all the experienced workers that definitely know what they're doing, so they'll be able to get the job done. Another company that we did was Frontier Liner Services, and they're sort of like the Great White Fleet. Both of those companies are generally smaller too. They both are transporting goods from Florida to Colombia and back in the Caribbean islands. So both of these companies are looking to have a tug company that can provide them with the right rates that they can, the right rates and the right service that they need to make sure that they can get their ships in and out of port fast and with generally competitive rate. Another company that we found was the Hyde Shipping Corporation. This is a family-owned company, so it was founded in 1976, and so they would definitely be willing to work with McAllister because they know how the ins and outs of being family-owned, things like that, and with that, they would trust McAllister more, and they'd be able to be more willing to they'd be more willing to have their ships be transported with McAllister. They ship general cargo from the Caribbean islands to Florida and other places on the East Coast. They only have one ship at this time, but they're looking to expand their fleet. So if they were to do that, McAllister could jump on that opportunity, and that would be huge for McAllister. Another company was Inter-Ocean Lines. So this is another container company. It's generally small with only a fleet of 1,500 containers, about 6 or 7 ships. So they're also generally smaller, and they do business from Central America, Colombia, things like that, to Florida, and generally the Port of Everglades. So if McAllister was able to do business with them, they are actually connected to a bunch of different shipping companies in Central America. So if they were to do that, maybe the word can get around. McAllister could get their name out there. It'd definitely be good for smaller companies like some of the fresh fruit product shipping companies, things like that. The Mailboat Company, another family-owned shipping company. It's based in Florida. They're looking to expand their fleet as well. So McAllister was able to, tell their companies, tow their ships, they would be able to get their name out there as well. But with all these companies, McAllister's would be able to do much faster service than the bigger companies, towing companies in the Port of Everglades, because because of their size and because they have the experienced crew that they need. So these companies definitely would be able to trust McAllister, probably even more than the bigger companies. Another small privately owned company was the Mediterranean Shipping Company. It only has 447 container vessels, so it's medium sized. But since they're privately owned, they'd be more willing to do business with McAllister. They're looking to expand their product for a fresh fruit product line. So if McAllister was able to tow the companies from the other, what was the name?
So the reason that we picked these companies specifically is because they don't come into Port Everglades that often. Some of them only once or twice a week. So if we were to take that company from a larger corporation company and maybe they lose 2 ships a week, it doesn't really mean anything to them. So they'll just kind of ignore it, but it's more business for us, which is one of the reasons that these are the type of companies that we're looking to take from the larger companies. Ones that won't make a huge dent in their revenue drop, but will add more service to us. So.
Especially since they're coming in only once or twice a week. A lot of the other companies don't offer service on a Sunday, or they're only open sometime on Saturdays. Well, we offer these 24 hours, so especially for companies that are trying to maybe not go into this port as often as bigger shipping companies, we would be the right fit for them because of our hours.
And that's all we have.
Okay, great, thank you.